We have got 84 days left this year, and so I've instituted a clean slate challenge. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of being overwhelmed, stressed out, too much clutter, too much stuff. This isn't the life I want to be living. And so for the remaining days here of 2025, I'm going to literally clean my slate to strip my entire life from the physical around me to the deeper stuff, completely down to the bare essentials, so that I can rebuild the life I actually want to be living. And I think you can do this too. But first, we've got a new habit that you guys voted in for me to start adding on in this rebuild part of it. And so let me show you my morning routine, and then we'll get into that habit.
Sweet Benny Boy dreams. Here you go, buddy. Just a little buddy, huh?
Friends, Sabrina is the coolest person in the whole wide world. I saw her making this the other day and I was like, that is amazing. That is so neat. And she's like, I don't know. I was just like crocheting or knitting this little thing. Like, it's not that big. I don't remember what she was doing, but she's always creating these amazing things. And then she's like, they're not that big of a deal. And I was like, no, that's seriously the cutest thing ever. I just walked out here and guess what she made and installed for me over my fireplace. She put in these little hooks and everything, and look at this garland she made. Is that not so cute? It's literally a garland of leaves and acorns hanging from my fireplace. Like, look how cute that is, you guys. Sabrina just made this. Like, she just needed something to do to keep her hands busy, and then just whip this together. No big. I thought that was so cool. And then I just walked out here, and here it is. I had no idea this was gonna happen. It's so cute. And now we're here. So the very first habit that you guys have voted in for me, which I love getting to see that part of it. I have kind of the backside of that is I have different habits and things that I was like, ooh, that should probably be something I focus on and bring back in. You know what? I'll let y'all decide. Like, I'm not even going to pick what it is, and whatever you decide is what I have to do. And so the very first habit that you guys voted, the majority vote went to no devices the first hour of my day. I love that. For those of you who did Unplug Summer with me, I was doing that and loving it. I will say towards the end of the summer, I kind of was breaking it a bit just because it like started to get too hot and muggy even in the morning to be outside. And so I stopped going outside as much. And then it was like, well, if I'm here, I might as well just check this real quick or do that. And the next thing I knew, I was just sitting there working and not doing anything else. And so I love that this can be the first habit to kind of ease into this rebuilding the life I want to be living, where I'm just not getting on any devices for the first hour of my day. Now, technically, I've got like 17 minutes and I will have been up for an hour. I woke up at 7:17 this morning and it's 8 o'clock right now. So you're good. What's up? Yeah, I've got my microphone on. You're good. I got a special microphone for this so people could still be doing stuff in the house and it not be the only audio you guys could be hearing on the film. So yes, you can still put the race on. The first habit you guys gave me was no devices first hour, which I'm really excited for. There's something that radically shifts in you when you don't get on a device first thing in the morning. I feel like that was common sense back in the day, but it's not so common anymore. Just being able to not check my phone first thing. Nope. If there was some sort of crazy emergency that happened, I probably would have already known about it. And if not, I don't think an hour, right? If I've missed it all night long, I don't think an hour necessarily is going to be the thing that like ruins everything. I'm not getting on my phone first thing in the morning. I'm not getting on my computer. I'm not checking my email. I'm not flipping on the TV or flipping on anything, right? You don't need to have the news blaring the moment you wake up. I'm just staying away from any devices for the first hour. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead and add for the last hour too. I already do this pretty much anyways, but I want to be intentional with it. So I'm going to do no devices first hour or last hour. Now I know of the 3 habits I posted for y'all to vote on, you guys were like, you technically do all of those at the same time. You could have no devices for the first hour of your day, go for a walk in that time and listen to an audiobook, therefore checking off the read a book each day. I understand I could have done that, and you're right. I didn't think about it when I put them up on the poll. These are all habits I still want to work in. So I'm going to keep putting new ones up each week, and you guys are going to vote them all in, and we're going to see, you know, what ends up landing where and at what point you guys think I need these habits, because it's kind of fun seeing some of you are voting based off of what you think I need. Other of you are voting based off of what you need. That's cool. I think either way is fine, but seeing what you guys decide is pretty awesome. So I'm going to do no phones, no devices at all. First hour, last hour. I'm running the camera, but I'm not like on it. And I'm going to kind of add in one more in this first hour part, because honestly, it's what I really want to be doing at this time, but let me grab it. In my first hour, no devices, I am going to read a book. So yes, technically that was one of the things on the option poll, was spend some time reading. I am going to combine this and do at least 30 minutes of reading while I am doing my no devices. And I am starting with Sissy Goff's Raising Worry-Free Girls. My daughter's counselor recommended this book to me, and I started reading it. It was fantastic. She let me read some of her copy, so then I ordered myself a copy, and then I've kind of just been busy and haven't sat down and finished reading it. So Raising Worry-Free Girls, that is going to be my Clean Slate challenge. First hour of the day, no devices, getting some time reading and relaxing and allowing my brain to wake up with just some sunshine. I might even sit outside some days. It is beautiful out, but I'm gonna sit in my cozy chair, and we're gonna start rebuilding this life that I actually want to be living. So yeah, that was pretty fantastic. Thank you for voting in that first habit. Again, be sure, go over to my little post tab. You guys get new habits to vote on each and every week, as we're putting these videos out for 84 more days. Now, day 9 here, I have been so busy. We have gotten so much done. It's been great. Like, it feels so good getting stuff done. And I was like, you know what, today needs to be a like, ooh, we need to like comment for a second, because I'm tired. I'll just be honest, I am tired. I now have my living room completely cleared out and done. My bathroom completely cleared out and done. Update on that, I went out to the store, if you saw in yesterday's video, did not buy more stuff. Good job, me. And I have been intentionally using, like, the stuff that I had in there. There's a couple things I'm like, I'm just gonna start using this like crazy, because I've had it, I keep holding on to it. My scarcity heart issue that I keep dealing with, I keep not using it. My hair feels so amazing. I've put like every hair mask I had stuffed in there. I've coated my hair in it. My hair feels so luxurious. I cannot even begin to tell you how nice it has been using all of this stuff, which makes me feel so crazy that I've had it all and I just keep holding on to it, not using it. And then I finally used it and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Look how great this is. I've put on like a facial mask every night and really just sat down and had like a relaxing, like, I'm gonna sit here with a face mask on and kind of pamper my skin and just feel really good and go to bed, you know, like super relaxed. I've been doing that, which has been great. It's been kind of late nights because we've had a lot going on with all the stuff we've been trying to get done, but it's been nice. And then I'm like, why have I not been doing this whole time I had this stuff? It makes no sense, I know, but got that done. And then yesterday I tackled the office. Now, the biggest rooms, I think, workload wise and payoff wise, that I'm gonna have to tackle are going to be the office and my master bedroom. Those are the 2 rooms that are kind of like super pivotal, but also the rooms that when I don't have time to deal with something, that's where they go, right? Like if it's work related or house related, it goes into the office. If it's like just me or my husband, it goes into the bedroom. And then it just lives there for forever because it never gets dealt with. And so those are gonna be the biggest rooms to go into. So I went ahead and I was like, we'll start with the office. I got all that cleared out yesterday. The boys are gonna carry this stuff down for me. Last night, by the time I got done, they were like, can we please do this in the morning? So they're gonna carry that down for me today. And I figured today, the game plan is going to be to just get everything in there wiped down and like dusted. I did not like clean in there yesterday. I kind of ran the vacuum, but that was it. So I figured today I'd go in there and just kind of dust everything down. That's, you know, still kind of taking it easy here this morning, and put the things that I'm actually using back into like a working order. So that way they're kind of good to go. Kind of call it good on that. I was really hoping we were supposed to have tried to go to the races this weekend because yes, for my safety and sanity, I'm recording a few days ahead when you guys see this. We weren't able to do that, and I'm really nervous because my driver that I really like, I think he's gonna win today, and I'm so bummed that I'm gonna miss it because I could have been there, but I'm not. So I will probably come out later today and we'll like all sit down as a family together and watch that. Based on whatever we're doing. So anyways, we've got a few things like family wise that we're doing today. I've got to get the office at least cleaned so I can get put back together. And I don't know, I'm just really feeling it. Maybe it's the no screens this morning and just sitting out here reading, but just really feeling reflective as to why I'm doing this and why I'm sharing it with you and recording this to like put out there. I think that there's a lot that goes into, yes, the overwhelm of the feelings that we have when everything just feels chaotic, right? You got so much stuff in your house. It's such a pain to keep up with. You're never done, right? You're never caught up. There's always more, in that like mental weight that we carry when it's like, oh, I need to organize that. Oh, I need to deal with this. We just carry all of that in our heads. And something actually I just read in the book a second ago, that actually, oh, the book's right here. That actually, I don't know why I pointed to the counter. It stood out to me because I'm like, yeah, no, I think this is a lot of us. I'm reading this for like the girls, but I think it's for us as well. And when we're constantly carrying that weight around, just going through and starting to like pull that out, like physically just get rid of it. I told my girls, hey, this is what I'm doing for the whole house. And I think we should do this for you guys in your room. We're not going to do it yet, so don't worry, but I think this is what we should do. And yes, we will talk specifically about dealing with kids and husbands when it comes to, you know, doing this sort of a process. My daughter, who is my least open to transition, doesn't really like when we go from one thing to another. Like she's the most like, whoa, I don't know. She came to me last night after looking at the office and seeing how great it looked. And she was like, you know, I think I want to do this whole box idea you have going on and do this for my stuff. And I was like, oh, really? That's a great idea. I'm so glad you thought of it. But when we look at this and see that there is this weight that we put on ourselves to keep up with everything and keep it all together and keep everything put together and moving along. And I love, this book has been really good so far, but it says, it's talking about boys are developing, great ability to enjoy themselves, right? Video games, food, sleep, but they often don't have the drive and motivation to succeed in the real world outside of their bedroom. More and more though, their sisters have that drive and motivation in abundance, but they don't know how to relax, have fun, and enjoy life. It also said that girls feel too much pressure to please, to perform, to excel, to be responsible. Plus they want to look beautiful while they're doing it all and doing it all well. They feel pressure before they're really old enough to understand it. They don't yet have the skills to cope, which is where we come in, we as parents, right? It's talking about our daughters. It says we need to be helping girls value the process more than the success. We want them to focus on effort they can control rather than on an outcome they can't. We need to encourage girls more for their effort than the outcome. We need to celebrate even partial successes. We need to talk about our own failures and laugh at our own mistakes. We need to arm them with tools to battle not only their worries, but the pressures they encounter from within and without on a daily basis. And we need to help them with one of the biggest pressures we never had to face growing up, technology. And then it goes into that, and that's a great passage as well. But in looking at here for my girls and the things that I'm doing, I thought that was so interesting because I feel like you see that even just going through this, I'm a week into this Clean Slate challenge, going through and looking at the things that I have. Why do I have them? Why do I feel the need to have all this? Why do I feel the need to keep up with all this? Why do I feel the need to, do this, to do that? Just going through these rooms and stripping everything back and really just thinking about it. I know there's we're on YouTube, right? There's a million different clean with me videos, organize with me videos. You can watch a whole season of hoarders, right? And like see what it's like to have too much stuff and try to go through it. But I think that we have to look down to that deeper heart root of it. Why do I have this? Why am I holding on to this? Why am I doing this, right? And I am finding that even just a week into this, again, 80 days left in all of this, I am seeing so much just reflection in the process of, wow, last night standing and looking at the office with everything boxed up, minus the things I'm actually using in the books that I left on the shelves. I need to still dust. I need to still clean. I mean, it doesn't look like $1 million, right? My floors aren't fixed. I didn't put in new furniture. Like, nothing huge happened as far as makeover type stuff, but just having all of the excess cleared out of there, all of that mental weight that I see and I think about and I try to throw to the files in the back of my brain so I can get done the things that I need to get done, all of that being condensed into a couple of boxes. I spent $25 on boxes. That being condensed down in there and just taken away in an instant. I mean, not an instant, it took me a while to put it on the box, but essentially being able to have just all down into a box, put that away, have a clean slate. It changes so much internally that is going to naturally then flow out externally. And I think that's the reason why the Clean Slate Challenge is so important. Now, obviously, the beginning of this, we're going to spend a lot of time going around and literally cleaning off my slate, but that's why we're adding in the habits. That's why we're reflecting on it. That's why we're looking at how we see biblical truth reflected in our lives when we really start to hone in on the things that we should. So I think I'm going to take this cup of coffee, head into the office, got some cleaning rags and dusting rags and stuff in there, maybe put on a video or a sermon or something to listen to. My household is still asleep. It's still kind of early. Everybody's kind of sleeping in a little bit today. And we'll see what we can't get done and where the Lord leads it next. Alrighty, friends. Again, this isn't like insanely perfect, but it's pretty awesome. It's like really awesome. You ready to see what I got done, how this is looking, and how we have cleaned the slate? Things are back to essentials. I didn't take stuff off the walls. I didn't worry about that. And the books are still in the bookcases. I'm going to show you that. But at least now the stuff that's in here is the stuff I actually need and use, and not just clutter and chaos everywhere. So let me show you. So purse is scaled down. This one actually has a hobby that I really want to be working on. It's all here in this bag, so I have it here so I can actually use it. This one I go places and need a bag. One extra big purse because normally I use a small purse. This has something in that needs to get set up, so I just put it there in the bag, and then the kids' race bag. These again were those big things that need to get installed and dealt with. I really don't have anywhere to put them, so they're just going to live here. So those are technically undone projects, but everything else now has been dealt with. This is cleared off except for putting together the packages that I got to get mailed out to my membership gals. So I'm going to take care of that when I finish doing this video here. This is like a filming space, windows open, air's coming in. Those lights are not hooked up. That's going to be a later me problem because I really don't need them right this second, but they're things I do need for filming, so they're just going to kind of hang out there. I've ordered the frame for this puzzle that's in here, so as soon as I get that, I think I get it in like tomorrow, and I will get that framed and hung up on the hallway. This is all good. Like I said, I need a better solution down here to keep the rabbit out of there, but that's what works, so that's just going to stay there for now. Desk is nice and clean. Everything has been wiped down, sanitized, all that good stuff. We just got this recipe book because we're going to start working on getting our recipes switched over into this. My daughter and I are working on that project. All that's cleaned out. These are things I use every day. These are receipts that I need to scan into my Fetch account. Those are things I need to get done. This is a wonderful card. Thank you, Georgia. I love this card so much. This is a super sweet card I got. So I just had that sitting out here. It's finishing up my stuff. I need to take my supplements. I haven't done that yet. I need to do that. All of these things are things that like I use and need regularly. So yay me, that's all done. And then over here in this corner, I've got everything cleaned up. I did go ahead and leave the basket up here. There's nothing in it. It's just empty, but I was like, you know what, I'll leave it up there for now. I don't really know what to do with that. I went through all of my books, dusted everything, I pulled everything out, wiped it all down, dusted it all really well, and loaded up all my books in here. Also a good thing as I was going through, I was like, especially with taking that first hour and last hour of no screens, maybe actually start going through more of my books. There's a bunch of these I had that I didn't even remember having. Fishbowl is ready to go, some little background music. I've got all of this stuff cleared out. So now my basket of some extra little notebooks and stuff is in here, extra cords, rabbit food. That's my like neck massager thing. And then here, these are all the photos for that project I want to be working on. Extra creatine bites, these are charging cables, and extra film equipment. So put away, but also easily accessible if I need it, depending on what I'm filming and what I might potentially need to have access to. Now, the next challenge I might need to do is not buy any books whatsoever, because I did not realize, like I kind of forgot how many amazing books my husband has. So I went through all of these. He has so many books. He pastored for years and has all kinds of just great resources. We have so many different just commentaries and different books and things. These are his 10 Commandments. Our son made him for his birthday one year. But so many great commentaries, so many great books. And honestly, I couldn't make them all fit. So I have some like stacked on top. And then I even have like all of his Bibles stacked back here because I was running out of ways to like make them all fit. So all of his Bibles are stacked back here, all of these books here. So I'm already kind of looking through this like, I don't know what I want to read next. Even my husband, he walked through here a minute ago and he was like stopping and looking at the different books like, I forgot how good this book was. Maybe I want to read that again. Okay, pretty cool. I cannot believe day 9. We've got 84 days left this year, 83 when today's over, and I feel like $1 million. My hair is so soft because I've actually been using all of those like hair treatments and deep conditioners that I've just held on to for forever. I have taken care of my bathroom. I've taken care of my living room. I'm being intentional and focused, even if I can't necessarily like get to everything in one day, because sometimes that happens and you can't just get to everything in one day. My office is clean. Not just clean because I rearranged a bunch of stuff, clean because I took everything out of here that I'm not literally using each and every day. I'm able to actually look at the books on my bookshelf and be like, wow, which of these do I want to read? As I go through and kind of look at them, I'm sure there's gonna be plenty that can go and be donated, because there's a couple I even pulled out that I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I started this book and I hated it. So I don't know why I still have it, right? Like I'm gonna put it in the donate pile, get that, dropped off. Being able to sit down, have this clean slate, be able to focus on the things that I need to focus on, what a difference that makes. And so if this can be an encouragement to you in any sense of the word, praise God. I'm so thankful for that, because I cannot believe 9 days into this, I am already starting to feel such an impact. That first habit you guys voted in, right? Like not going straight to work or getting on a device or doing that, just sitting, reading. I already told my husband, I was like, honey, you have to read this book too. It's so good. So we're both going to be reading Raising Worry-Free Girls, kind of looking at these things, coming in, tackling stuff. It may not look phenomenal to you, but it feels phenomenal to me. And knowing that I'm getting stuff done, I'm getting stuff put together, I'm taking care of the things that are important, that matter, and that have an impact. I am stripping away all the excess, all the junk, all the overwhelm, all the stress, so that I can focus instead and rebuild the life that I want to be living. That's worth more than its weight in gold. So I am done for today. Races are getting ready to start. I think I'm gonna take our recipe book out there. We have an old recipe book that's honestly just been falling apart for a while now. And this was on clearance at Hobby Lobby probably about a month ago. And my daughter and I picked it up on her date day. We have yet to fill out a single page of it. So I think I paid like $5 for it, which was really cool. But we're gonna take that out there. I figured I could sit down and be filling that out while we're watching the race, and hopefully my driver will win, fingers crossed, and really just enjoy the rest of the day, being able to feel this weight that I've carried around for so long falling off as we go, and seeing me being able to find more of that peace here in my own space that prior to 9 days ago was just weight and overwhelm and stress and a mental load of to-dos that was never going to be possible for me to accomplish. Thank you all for hanging out with me here today. If you want to see the rest of this playlist and what all is going on, what I've gotten done so far, you guys can check that out right up here. Be sure to stop over by the post tab so you can vote on the next habit that is going to be brought in. It's kind of bigger topics that we're focusing on in that next habit, so you guys go and check that out, and I will see you all right back here tomorrow. Bye, friends!